Hey everyone, we're back with SubaHibi. Last time, the teacher fell off the roof. Mamiya definitely didn't like push her or anything. He would never do that. Takuchi's a good boy. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, have I talked about my like current theory as to what's going on yet? So I've talked about how Yuki is Haruhi Suzumiya, right? I'm operating under that assumption for now. It might not be true, but you know, 50-50. It's either true or it's not. I think what's going on is there is no magic or supernatural stuff besides that. I think what's happening is Takuchi knows this and is trying to gaslight God into thinking he's like Jesus so that he gets superpowers. So because she believes it becomes true. I turned on my computer. Still haven't checked all the threads. First, I opened my email. Huh? What's this? Death. That was a bit creepy. Yeah, no, it's okay. I clicked on that creepy message and opened it. It read, "Another one will die from the roof into the courtyard. They'll keep dying and it can't be stopped. Soon it will all end." This is the same time that Yasuko got. Same message. The email address read, "Takashima Sakuro. There's no doubt." It's the newest version of the curse email. But why? Never got this message before, but now I'm getting it too. Because the administrator is Takuji. Why? Never got it before. Didn't they say this message was showing up on people's phones? Why did my computer get one? To be sure, I checked my main address. I hadn't given this to any one of my friends. It was right. My main address didn't get one of the messages. The message only showed up on my throwaway account. In other words, the curse mail only got sent to the free mail account I gave to Yokoyama Kiyoshi. Do you remember his name? What the heck? Still, everyone browses the site with their cell phones. Don't think I've ever seen anyone go on from a computer. The curse mail usually went to cell phones. The people who registered on that page used their cell phone's email address. Which means there's only one reason. Curse mail is being sent to everyone who registered on the underground message board. And that means it had nothing to do with Takashima Sakuro's ghost. The messages were just being sent out by the administrator of this message board. Wow, she's smart. In other words, this supernatural phenomenon was being orchestrated by a human. The top level domain was .net. Next to it was the word Sawayaka. Might be able to get some information out of this. Tried searching the domain name with a specialized search service. What, she put it in quotation marks at Google? There's no way I'm going to be able to pin it down that easily. Domain handle? Nothing. Of course, it's not going to be that easy. Server location is Fukuoka. It's a pretty common location. Doesn't tell me anything new. Data registration is June 30th, 2010. It's effective for 3 years from that date. Well, what year are they in? Of course, I couldn't find any vital information. They're going to let me grab their tail quite that easily. Because if they're in their final year of high school, that means the person made it in their freshman year. Because they want to make it for a high school page if they weren't at that school. No good, huh? Anyway, I continued what I was doing last night. There's still threads I haven't seen, and I want to see how people reacted. Takashima Mail General. Takashima Mail. That's what they're calling the curse mail they're getting from Takashima-san. This is a thread where everyone discussed the mail they're getting from Takashima Sakuro. I got something weird, scary. Maru Kome. You'll die in 8 days. Yeah. Here's because I've been broken. You'll die in 4 days. You'll all die. I remember once. I was young, probably like 8. I was playing games on like, you know, one of those flash game websites. I forget which one. It's like, it wasn't like one of the popular ones. And in the comments there was a like, this lady died and became a ghost and she's gonna haunt and kill you on the next Sunday unless you post this to 5 other comments, right? Like one of those. And I was just like, I don't feel like making an account. I guess I'll just die. And I went to bed that Sunday terrified. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be killed by the ghost lady in the comments. But I just never wanted to make an account there. God, it came around 9:12 a.m. A countdown to death? Getting the same message over and over really was scary. It's quite the performance. It hurts, it hurts. Oh, Sacho-kan. Got one like this. Did everyone get one of these? I haven't seen one like that. Satoko bullied Sakugo, right? I got one too, just like Satoko said. Megu? Don't remember her. You're the one who bullied Takashima. You haven't got anything like that. You weren't the only ones. Why are we the only ones who got this message? Because you're the ones who put her through hell. Am I gonna die? Is Takashima gonna kill me? Well, you go off yourself so she stops bothering the rest of us. Does that mean the curse mail wasn't going out to everyone who was registered on this board? What? Blood will pour from the head. Another head, it'll flow again. The head will be covered in blood. When I woke up, this was on my phone. Freaking scary. I got that one. You read it at 7:10 a.m. Does that mean everyone is gonna die? I got it. Who's gonna die today? Does it say they're gonna die? It just says their head is going to bleed. This could be really dangerous, couldn't it? This is all Takashima's curse. The morning of the 15th. This post was from several hours before Mamiya Takuji hit the teacher with the flower vase, wasn't it? Actually, there's students yelling about some message. Guess that whole thing was predicted by Takashima's email. But still. Letter messages were going out to all the people who registered on the message board. But from what I read, there are two types of messages. Ones that go out to everyone registered, ones that go out to specific people. It still looks like the people posting under the names Akasaka Megu and Satoko get different messages. See. Then we have Who Shall Be Saved and Who Shall Not 3. The third was on part 3. First one was made yesterday at around 10, so the threads are going really fast. Way faster than usual on a message board like this. Takashima, yeah. By Savior, now it's time to determine who will be saved and who will not. There's little time until the world will be destroyed. This is a thread to consider the meaning of the words of our Savior, Mamiya Takuji. Previous thread. It's like Takashima and Mamiya Takuji's predictions match up. I wish they could made like its own UI for this. Like, you know how like I think all the science adventure games do that. Chaos Child definitely did. Like there are moments when like, you know, the main character is like browsing 2chan or what do they call it in that ad channel? You know, the equivalent. And it actually looked like you were scrolling it. Someone died today. Does that mean all this is real? Another one will die from the roof of the courtyard. We keep dying and it can't be stopped. So it'll all be the end. Mamiya's prediction will definitely come true. After all, he was able to stop Takashima's curse. Well, in that case, this. The thread was headed in a strange direction. Why do these people believe Mamiya? Yesterday, it looked like everyone was making fun of him. I went back and started investigating the first thread. Who shall be saved and who shall not? The thread I checked yesterday. People were making fun of him and getting mad every time he called himself a prophet. There weren't any signs they were going to suddenly start believing him. This? Can you prove you're the savior? If you're the savior, you should be able to stop Takashima's curse. It's not hard to say all these things. Stop Takashima's messages. Akasaka Megu and Satoko. They're the ones who bully Takashima. Those are the two girls Takashima was so afraid of. What if everyone, like, besides those two were just Takuji, like, role-playing as, you know, actual people? Stop Takashima's curse? Because, like, you know, it is... Well, I guess they have a username, so it's not anonymous, but... What do you mean? I think your future messages will prove useful, don't you? Bobby has under his real name. Don't stop the messages, especially their predictions. I'll kill you if you stop the predictions. Yondo. That guy likes Umineko. Yondo of the Golden Witch. What's that are coming to me in Satoko? What's that Yondo, like a dance movement? Those messages are nothing but scary. Stop those. Getting those messages every hour. Scary messages. What's it just say it hurts over and over, I guess? They're getting those messages every hour. See why they'd get freaked out. Do exactly what I'm about to say. Wait, hold on. This is... Okay, the 16th at... Wait, is that 1 a.m. or 1 p.m.? Go to Newtown Street in Suginomiya. Walk 5 meters to the left of the entrance to the apartment building. Isn't that the place where Takashima killed herself? Don't screw with me. There's no way I can go there. Too scared to go to the place where she died. Her curse will kill me. In the end, you're the ones who have to decide if you want to go. If you're right about being killed, won't the same thing eventually happen if you don't go? There's a lock of hair at the place where she died. Pick it up and bring it home. Oh, what are you dumb? Throw away if your hair is still there. Especially not a whole lock of it, lol. It's probably right. Thinking about it rationally, there's no way anything like that would be left. Anything like that left would have been left there. Sorry, extra left? What was Mamiya thinking? I'm in front of the building right now. It's here. A lock of black hair. This has to be Takashima's. The hair still attached to a piece of her skull at the... Oh, sorry? Why is this here? Takuji stole it and put it back? After that post, all the posting in the thread stopped for 2 hours. It's like everyone was watching the thread, waiting to see what would happen next. They stopped. More! When I got home, Mamiya called me. Even though I've never told him my number, they told us how to burn her hair and seal away the curse. When we repeated the incantation, they stopped coming. It's even possible that Satoko and Megu are just Mamiya role-playing as them. They have no idea about the message board. We did the ritual just like Mamiya said. Looks like they've really stopped. The messages we already received at 401 and 501 haven't come. Yeah, because he's the one sending them! What's this? After that, several other people asked Mamiya for help too. They're all about problems that people thought were from Takashima's curses, and Mamiya solved all of them. Then the news message at 9:20 a.m. Nothing one will die. Yeah. Messages said to the people registered on the board. They had more credibility since it was the same as Mamiya's prediction the day before. Then today was the day of the prediction. Senagawa Yui fell from the building sea and died. At this point, no one on the board doubted Mamiya. He used the special environment that is the internet to appear charismatic. The rest was pretty awful. They took these far-fetched delusions as truth and became their reality. This is just like... Now there are nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feet. Yeah, Bible quote. What quote? Hold on, I'm gonna... And they that fed the swine fled. Mark 5:14. Looks like, yeah. Okay. Mark is that one of the Gospels? Right? Yeah, Gospel of Mark. Okay. My biblical knowledge is not the greatest. I read Revelations because Kikonia did not understand it. And I read like half of the Gospel of Luke, I think. Down the rabbit hole, July 17th. It's so quiet. What else do we expect? It's school was closed. And of course it was, I was about to say, why is it closed? Yeah, a teacher died. Was it like a series of people dying one after another? It was an everyday occurrence. Ohio. What's wrong?
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。名前確認していいかしら。
What the heck? You sound like Yuki. Huh? My name?
よかったらだけど。
Minakami Yuki.
そう。わかったわ。そうよね。だって白衣着てないし。
White coat? Mad scientist? A white coat?
いいえ、こちらの話よ。
What's up with her?
ここに来たのは。
My first thought is that's related to the White Lotus Association. What are you talking about? You guys are the ones who told me to come and get counseling.
カウンセリング。そうよね。ごめんなさい。
I had to wonder what was going on. She was clearly acting strange.
カウンセリングの先生はすぐに来るみたいだから。
I really don't need counseling though. All I've seen is a couple dead bodies. Nothing weird.
だってあんなことがあった後だから。
You don't have to worry about me. I'm feeling great.
そうはいかないんですよ。だってあなたの目の前で教師が転落してきたんですから。
Hold on, we don't know that she's dead. Last we saw her, she was alive. And we just left her with the girl with a knife, but still.
心的外傷後ストレス障害の可能性があると他の先生もおっしゃってました。
Post-traumatic stress disorder? I don't think you need to worry about it when I'm telling you I'm fine.
そう言わないで。学校側にも対面っていうのがあるんだから。
But there's no need.
それにしても先生遅いわね。
Looks like it.
あのね、水上さん、聞きたいことがあるんだけど、いいかしら。
What is it?
聞きづらいことなんだけど。
Is it about Mrs. Senagawa?
そうね。
This was supposed to be counseling, and she was asking me about that. So she probably just wanted to know. Well, no, she's not the counselor. She's just like some guy. They're colleagues at work too. I don't really know anything. She wasn't in a condition to talk. Her lungs are probably ruptured.
そう。
So why did she commit suicide?
あのね、瀬長先生は自殺と決まったわけじゃないから。
Actually, I haven't heard what happened after all that.
あの後、ああ、救急車呼んで、その後警察が来て大変だったわ。
Did you tell anyone Kibiko was there? What happened to her?
搬送された病院で息を引き取られたわ。
I see. That made sense. She wasn't telling me what was really important. Was her death an accident or suicide?
今のところはよくわからないけど、瀬長先生が一人でシートの屋上まで登ったのは確認されているわ。
But Mamiya was hidden in the shadows. Alone?
あと、自ら落ちたという証言もあるわ。その証言だと、自殺というよりは事故に見えたって話だけど。
Who gave the testimony? It looked like an accident?
フェンスに自らよじ登って何かしようとしてたみたい。それが何かはわからないけど、フェンスを登って一直線に飛び降りたというよりは何かしてて転落したという話だし。
Oh god, she wasn't trying to find the beginning and end of the sky, was she? Were her witnesses?
証言はいくつかあるみたい。生徒だけじゃなくて近所の人でその姿を見かけたという人もいるぐらいだから。
So it wasn't murder.
多分
Probably?
多分直接は関係ないって話なんだけど、事故があった時校内で不審な人物がうろついてるのを他の先生が発見したのよ。
Takuji, yeah. A suspicious person?
生徒ではなかったみたい。
Oh.
大きなカメラを持って、何が目的かは不明だけど。
Wait, hold on. Non-student? Do we know any non-students? Plot twist, Ayana's not a student. She's evil. I mean, I guess we know Hasaki, but... Is that Hasaki? Hasaki? Oh, true. A suspicious person holding a camera. That wasn't just suspicious. Sounded like the media was already monitoring the situation. There's so many people died in a row. Wasn't surprising at all. Did Setagawa have any particular problems lately?
私はそういう話は聞いてないけど。
She's the homeroom teacher of Takashima-san's class, so maybe...
だから
One of her students committed suicide. Might have been people who said it was her fault.
なぜですか？高島さんの自殺は確かに痛ましいことですが、ゆいに責任があったわけではありません。
Why did she call her Yui all of a sudden? Look, every female character's a lesbian in this. Come on, Yuki, you know this. Actually, Miss Kyoka and Miss Setagawa were pretty close, weren't they? The two of them didn't have any other colleagues close to their age. She didn't seem terribly sad, all things considered. Rather than sad, she seemed scared. Even if she wasn't at fault, it was probably enough to make her worry, wasn't it?
まあ、それはあったかもしれないけど、でもそれと今回の転落死は関係ありません。
How can you be so sure?
それは
Anyway, they determined she wasn't at fault at all?
ということになったではなくてなかったんです。高島さんの自殺に関してはノイローゼから来る発作的なものというのがお医者さんと警察の見解なんですから。
Oh, really? I thought it was because of like tribadism or whatever. I see. So it happened because of her mental illness. The cause wasn't bowling or any other external factor like that.
いじめなんてありません。そのような事実なんてありません。と言いますか、少なくとも私たちはそのような事実をまだ確認していません。
Oh no, it's not like I'm saying there's any bowling involved.
そうね。
She reacted pretty strongly there. Felt like she was already making excuses to the media. The teachers were all on edge too, I guess. When it came to them, they couldn't let people think that Takashima-san's suicide was caused by bullying. Sadagawa Yui's death was caused by her feeling of guilt. The police and the attending doctor both said Takashima-san jumped because of her neurosis. Sadagawa's death was completely an unrelated accident. It's the version of events they wanted to show to the public. That was probably impossible. As for week, Shiroyama Tsubasa fell to his death. Then the following Sunday, Sakura committed suicide in Suginomiya. Now Sadagawa Yui had fallen from the roof by accident and died. The most convenient explanation for the school is to claim the incidents were all unrelated. The school was already being talked about on the internet. I need to sneeze, but I can't. The media probably contacted them too. School's probably closed today because the phones are all ringing off their hooks in the staff room. You're probably getting calls from anonymous people on the internet who have found out about the school. This is about the time the media would get involved. Reporters always pay attention to what happens on the internet. And someone with a camera was actually spotted. The mass media was already getting involved. The school's convenient interpretation of events would get overturned soon. What really bugged me was Mrs. Sadagawa's death. The eyewitnesses claimed it was closer to an accident than a suicide. Mrs. Sadagawa was Takashima's homeroom teacher. Takashima-san was definitely getting bullied. The real question was whether she actually knew that Sakura was getting bullied. If she knew about it, the likelihood she committed suicide out of guilt was much higher. My nose is all stuffy. If she didn't know, it'd match up with the testimony, which would mean it was just an accident. Yes?
逆に聞きたいんだけど、いじめの噂とか聞いたことあるかしら。高島さんに限らず、この学校で。
I don't really keep up with that stuff. You can't really say. If you'd like to find out, why don't you try looking in the underground message? Oh God, Yuki.
裏掲示板。
それって
何？
She was so bad at acting. It's obvious she knew about it.
そういうのがあるの？
Who knows? I've only heard rumors. They say there is one.
そう、噂で。
She knew about it, so she knew the truth about Takashima Zakura's bullying. She knew, but she was pretending like she didn't. So, if she knew, you can assume there's a pretty good chance her colleague, Mrs. Senagawa, also knew. In other words, I couldn't eliminate the possibility that Mrs. Senagawa's death was a suicide rather than an accident.
とりあえず、先生の転落の原因はまだちゃんとは分かってないの。でも、警察の方々の話しぶりだと、自殺か事故の線以外はないみたいよ。C棟の屋上は基本的には開放されてないから、生徒が入ることはできないし、転落する直前に用務員さんから鍵を借りる瀬名川先生も多数の先生方に確認されているの。
It's a locked room mystery. A roof is just a locked room. All the evidence points to it being an accident then.
そうね。
According to her, the school officials didn't believe it was related to Mamiya Takuchi in any way, so the police hadn't heard anything about him either. He might not have been directly related. I couldn't be sure he wasn't involved. The school would probably prefer that the police knew as little as possible. Now that I think of it, have the students who disappeared shown up again?
消えてた生徒？なんかそういう話もあるわね。
What was going on there?
そうね。ほとんどが自宅で引きこもってたり、街で補導されたりなんだけど。
And more importantly, where is Takuji? I need to get my rock and roll CD back. Alright, I assume, well, who else could have gotten it? Sakura? I don't know. I just forgot about that. Are there still missing people? Couldn't she give a better answer than that?
校内放送。清川先生、いらっしゃいましたら、職員室の方に至急お越しください。カウンセラーの片貝様からお電話が入っています。カウンセリングの先生から？
Maybe he's calling ahead because he's gonna be late. Or he's dead.
ちょっと職員室に行ってくるから待ってなさい。
Okay. Well, it's probably just about the reason why he was late. Though he really didn't want to receive any counseling. Aside from that, Miss Kiyokawa knew about the underground message board. She must have been getting the curse mail too. But she was still acting like she didn't know about it. Actually, back then.
ああ、そうなんだ。こんな時期から登録してたんだ。瀬名川先生って。あ、あれか。清川先生紹介したのも。うわ、すごい数のメールだ。
Yeah. Huh? She's registered a lot of emails? By registered, she must have been talking about the message board. A lot of emails were referring to the curse mail, which meant Sadagawa browsed the underground message board and she was getting the curse mail. She said Sadagawa was referred to by Kiyokawa. She was browsing it too, but definitely getting the mail. So then, can I trust her? The underground message board had been turning them all into fanatics. It is safe for certain that she'd been getting sucked up in all that as well. Well, she said Sadagawa was her only real friend. The more I talk, like the more that clogged my nose gets. This is annoying. Hold on, let me take a drink. She was the one who referred her to the underground message board. Was Miss Kiyokawa still stable after having someone like that die? Normally, you would expect her to take a leave of absence to grief. Despite that, she was... I thought she seemed scared of something, but she really didn't seem sad about the death. She left her bag and some of her papers on the desk where she was sitting. Casually looked at her bag. It was rather small. More of a pouch than a bag. There's a cell phone strap protruding from the bag. I think I've seen that strap somewhere before. What is it? Garo Froggy? I opened the fastener on her pouch. This is her cell phone. No, this is Sadagawa's cell phone. It's the phone that I picked up which Tachibana had taken from me. Why was it in Miss Kiyokawa's bag? Isn't that bizarre? Even if she found it after Tachibana dropped it, this wasn't the kind of thing someone would just hold on to and not say anything about. Kevin says she should have handed it over to the police. Maybe her relatives. Why did Miss Kiyokawa have the cell phone? This is just weird. Miss Kiyokawa? Did you take the cell phone? Breathing sounds. I took your cell phone. Not like I could let them hold on to it. I wasn't sure what to do. Might have been better to hand it over to the police. That would have been the easiest thing to do. But my subconscious wouldn't let me do that. Main character syndrome, go! My heart was telling me I couldn't just leave solving this mystery up to someone else. Why? Why do I feel like this? I was totally unrelated to the incident. I didn't really know Takashima Zakuro very well. I only met Mamiya Takuji a few times before. Mrs. Sanagawa? Shirayama Tsubasa before her too. They had nothing to do with me. Still, my heart was saying something to me. I have to stop this. Why? Why did I feel like this? I couldn't understand. Why did I feel the need to get involved? For the moment, I opened up my phone and checked. It really is. All the emails were deleted. That wasn't surprising. If someone found it, the police would definitely get involved. At this point, the police didn't consider the deaths to be related. They thought the two deaths were completely separate. They didn't even consider there might be a third party orchestrating it. Maybe it was Tachibana-san. It might have been Miss Kiyokawa. Either way, someone had definitely deleted them all. So she handed this over to the police as evidence. There's a high chance that Miss Kiyokawa was an accomplice. What's going on? This is this model. If I do this, I'd have gotten a bit lucky. It's almost impossible for an amateur to copy messages from a cell phone. Logically, it is possible, but as far as I knew, there's no software to copy messages from a cell phone. They're developed by lots of different companies, whereas email on a computer is mostly all the same. This particular brand of cell phone stores the messages on the server for 30 days after they've been deleted. Let's go! Cloud backup! So I can retrieve the messages that have been deleted. They were deleted just yesterday, so I should be able to retrieve all the important messages. Turn on my computer and connect it to the underground message board. There's a list of the different messages from Takashima around here. There's a thread for people to talk about the messages. They are all sent from Takashima. From looking at the thread, it seems like almost everyone is getting the same messages. There are occasionally some personalized ones. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting sick? There are two types of Takashima mail, communal and individual. For some reason, there weren't very many people posting the contents of their individual messages. Probably because they talked about what kind of stuff that person had done to Takashima. The messages I received with Mrs. Senagawa's phone, the common messages posted on the message board. With the two of those, I was able to figure out what kind of messages she was getting, whether they drove her to her death. ... Oh, there's a ton of them. Two girls, Satoko and Megu, said on the message board they're getting messages every hour, but Senagawa was getting them too. There are way more of the messages than communal ones. Total number of messages from Takashima was 62. Even if she wasn't dead, getting that many messages from one person would be a bit scary. I commonly read the 62 messages. The first email was to be expected. Yep, seen that one. First of your messages. Huh? It's quite a gap between the first and second messages. That was on the 12th. 2 days after. But still. It hurts. It hurts. Sorry. After that, they started coming every hour. They all sent at fixed intervals. The contents are mostly the same. It hurts, repeated over and over. Hey, suddenly these must not have any hobby. He automated it, come on. Well, it is Takuji. He doesn't have any hobbies. Huh? I continued reading. Starting on the night of the 15th, there are more messages with actual content. You definitely saw, but you didn't do anything. You knew, but you pretended like you didn't. Just talking about yeah, obviously. Takashima was blaming her for it, even after her death. I see, that's pretty scary. You know they are always bullying me on the roof of Building C. They borrowed the key from you after all. Building C? That's the place Mrs. Senagawa jumped from, right? I threw my doll off the roof. Until I have that, I can't rest in peace. You knew about it, since you're the one who gave them the key. You had the key, you knew. I want my doll back. Is it the bunny doll? A black doll. My black doll. My doll says it's cold. Wants you to go with me. So I want to find it before I go. It wants to go with me, sorry. Either I take the doll with me, or I take you. I don't have my black doll. I'll take you instead. Sorry, what are the dates on this? 401? Okay, it's just every hour. Come with me. I want you to come with me, so I'm coming. Come to your room, but why aren't you here? When I touched the cute dolls in your room, all their heads came off. No body. Yeah, okay, I guess these aren't animated. It's, a little bit off the 1 minute mark. Need the doll or I need you? Do you think Takuji broke into her room and cut out all the dolls' heads off her dolls? Where are you? I need you. Let's go together. It hurts. Hurts, my body hurts. I failed. My arm is broken. My skull is split. I bleed when I move. I'm cold. I'm so cold. Where are you? I saw you in the hallway. I'm coming for you. Saw you in the hallway. I'm coming for you. See you huddled on the floor in the staff room. Behind you. I got you. This last message. Time was 5:58. You're right around the time she fell. Rather, the exact moment. Doesn't seem like a ghost. Looks like someone was leading Mrs. Senagawa on. Looked at the messages she sent. Been sending replies back since she started receiving the messages. Is it a prank? It's incredibly disrespectful. Who are you? Changed to fearful as more messages started to come. Started apologizing, getting mad, and apologizing again. There are 10 of them. Went through them one by one. Strong, I really didn't know. Gonna use the roof to draw sketches for their club. I was just holding the key for the janitor. Said they're just doing sketches. I didn't know they were bowling you up there. I'm sorry, Takashima-san. Your doll was thrown away? If it was dropped off the roof, it might be in the lost and found. I'll look for your doll tomorrow. She's the one who gave them permission to use the rooftop for their club. Sorry. I don't think she would have lent it to them so they could bully someone. So that must have been really scary. Don't come to my room, please. Don't come here. I'll go find your doll right away. I looked, but it wasn't in the lost and found. The janitor will be here in a little bit. I'll ask him about it. Her sentences sounded like she was at her wit's end. Like she was so scared she couldn't even tell what was real. Last time I saw her, this is what she was feeling. Might still be around Building C. I'll go check and see if it got caught on one of the eaves. Oh, that's why she was on the roof. She was looking for it. This is the last message Mrs. Senagawa sent. After that, she went to the janitor, borrowed the key, then fell from the roof. Just killed by Takashima's messages. Really shouldn't stick my nose in any further. Anyone could tell this was getting dangerous. This wasn't a game. This wasn't something a person like me would ever get involved with just for fun. I just handed this phone over to the police, the culprit would be caught. If I did that, it would all end. But you have main character syndrome, a tale as old as time. That's what I should do. But if there was a culprit, it would all end there. If there was a culprit. But if these messages weren't being... Oh my god. Don't fall for it. If Sakura really was sending these messages... No way. It's stupid to even consider that. A dead person couldn't send a message like this. The person sending these messages has to be a living, breathing person. Actually, the name listed in the sent from section was Takashima Zakuro. It's when she had her mail address. Open up her contact list. This? She didn't just have Zakuro's email address, she also had her phone number. Her phone number. This went directly to Takashima's phone! Ooh. Call this when you're in the same room as Takuji. Of course, no one was going to answer. Just curious. Huh? Why? What? What the heck? Why is it coming from inside this room? Why is it coming from inside this room when I call Takashima's phone? What the? Takuji's under the bed? I opened the desk drawer where the sound was coming from. Okay, I am unsettled. And? No way. This is... The case was eerily cracked. Does it say? Oh no, cool. It was covered in blood and hair was stuck to it. That was... Takashima Zakuro's cell phone? Why is it in my room? Why? Full of apprehension, I checked the phone. Phone's email address read... No way. The email address was the same one as the one sending out all of Takashima's messages. Wait, just calm down for a moment. I collapsed into the chair. What am I doing? When I sat down and tried to relax, I knocked something off the desk. What's this? Crap, it's the aluminum powder from my detective kit. The case was empty. I probably knocked it over. Oh, okay. She accidentally knocked it over when I pulled out the desk drawer earlier. She stuck the case to the ground, that's all. What am I doing? Clean up the detective kit that I knocked over. Knocked the fingerprints I collected out of the case as well. What's wrong with me? Huh? The moment I saw it, the blood drained from my face. What is this? A chill ran up my spine when I saw the fingerprints. These are... The aluminum powder I knocked over was showing the fingerprints all over the room. On the desk, on the drawer, on the closet. And those fingerprints? They're the same as the ones on Takashima-san's desk. Why? I felt a cold sweat. Tried to make sense of this situation. What could this mean? That was the first time I'd touched her desk, so those fingerprints couldn't have been mine. Which meant either Takashima Zakuro herself, or the second person who touched her desk came into my room and left this phone. A chill ran up my spine. Why? Her cell phone is in my room along with the same fingerprints that were on her desk. Why? This is... Huh? Ah! What's this? An almost humanoid space, like a black space, been carved out of the air. It is coming towards me. Ah! Ah! Huh? Yeah? Is that how you pronounce that? Okay, July 18th. What is going on? Okay. God, I wish I felt better to keep going, but I've got to take at least a small break. I'll be back next time, guys. Bye.